Game over.
What is up? What is up? Welcome back. It is Sunday night. You're here with the Average Boys podcast. It's your boy Crispy. Triggs will be on a little bit later, and Brian's at work today, so it's going to be kind of slow with them. So Brian's going to be out, and Triggs will come in. He said like 20, 30 minutes, so give it time, and you guys will be able to have the full show. But as of now, I just want to say what's up to everybody that's joining in. Derpy, what's up, my dude? He says, I heard this podcast is pretty average. Indeed. And you guys are the most extraordinary people. So, I hope everybody's had a good week. Hope everybody's had a really good opportunity to, just kick it and have a really good weekend. Wish you were here too, Brian. You know that, my man. Love you, bro. I hope you're doing good, man. I know all this whole back to school shit and all this stuff's got people all over the place. So I know it's pretty rough. You being a parent too, man, getting up early and taking the little ones to school and all that good stuff. So yeah. Derpy saw Beetlejuice 2. Derpy, how did it go? I've heard pretty positive reviews about it. People saying that it's pretty good. I think Biggie, which is one of the guys that jumps in, Robert, says he actually really liked it, but he just didn't like the story of the ex-girlfriend or the ex that's trying to get with him. But you know what? It kind of makes sense with those kind of old school films that they have that kind of like kind of corny stuff, I guess you could say, like the corny backstory. I mean, I'm not really expecting some, Lord of the Rings Beetlejuice storyline or anything like that. Michael Keaton came back. He did a really good job from what I've heard, and the cast was pretty good. But as a matter of fact, Rob's right there. Biggie, what's up, my dude? Put in the comment section what you guys thought, and yeah, it was cool. Maybe like 10 years too late. Yeah, there's something about it. Like, those movies, they all had like a specific plot that they would follow. And it's, the old school adventure stories where like you're not really expecting like for Beetlejuice to be like, yo, I'm going to break the curse and be a man and go marry Lydia and have a normal life. Like it was always meant to be silly. Like a very Haunted Mansion, the Disney movie or whatever, the one with Eddie Murphy, like kind of like that kind of like vibe where it's going to be silly. But yeah, it's like her story never went anywhere. It was just like 10 minutes of her story and that's it. Are you talking about the ex-girlfriend in the story? Like I forgot her name, but that lady, she's so awesome. What about William Dafoe? Like I totally forgot that William Dafoe's in that movie, but how did he do as whatever it is he was doing? I don't even get his story. Was he like a detective of the spirit world? Was he like the RPD movie that Ryan Reynolds was in? Is that what his whole shtick was? But yeah, I haven't seen Beetlejuice yet, but I'm probably gonna check it out a little bit later. Last film I got to see was Alien Romulus. I mean, it was okay. But I wanted to ask you guys if you heard that they're going to be doing an Aliens Earth movie. I think it's going to be based off of the AVE movies or the Alien versus Predator films. He was an actor cop who died. Oh, so he was just an actor. That's funny. But yeah, I heard that they're going to be making a new Aliens movie called Alien Earth. It's going to be based on what is it, like our planet has been overrun or whatever. Defoe stuff. Good shit. One of the bright spots in the movies for me. Really? Oh, so Brian, you got to see the movie? I didn't even know. Tell me. I got to know, man, because I mean, Willem Dafoe's a G, man. So he was like a detective cop in the spirit world. Okay. And Derpy Entertainment says it was fun, just as over the top what is it? As over the top of the original, and it was unnecessary with the ex-wife and dragging a bit, but it was a worthy sequel. 8 out of 10. That's a pretty good shot. I mean, with the nowadays like situation with films, like seeing something that's a 9 out of 10, especially when it's like a return to like a sequel, like especially like Brian said that it's like 10 years past, like 10 years too far. I mean, it doesn't sound like it's too bad of a film. At least a good summer film, right? I forgot what we were talking about the last time that we were saying like Borderlands or something, that it was like, okay, that's a good solid border or a summer film. But yeah, it's good to hear that Beetlejuice was done because man, Michael Keaton got the short end of the stick with the Flash movie, didn't he? I mean, because he came out in that movie, he got paid, of course, like, but of course that movie got derailed because of Ezra Miller, and the whole movie went underneath, and Michael Keaton really didn't deserve that. Him being an actor and him being the original Batman, and him, being like a fan favorite with films. It was good to see him return as Beetlejuice and him do very, very well. You want a Batman Beyond movie, but okay, so I'm gonna ask this because there was some stuff that happened with the Batman film this past week. The director of the film had came out and was talking about how he likes to use grounded villains, but he wants to push into the fantastical kind of environment because again, Batman has always been this very everybody's related to him. He's very down to earth. He's a dude, like he's just a guy that has a lot of money and a cool costume and gets to like do martial arts or whatever. But like, he's in charge of like the multiversal rod that like I forgot what it's called, but it's like the one that they used in Infinity Crisis. It's this big like item that's in the Batcave, and it like literally destroys multiverses and stuff like that. Like if you think about the fantastical in DC, like it's really wild, like the multiversal, traveling, and you look at the crime syndicate squad, the Justice League, that's all evil with Owlman, and you look at how Batman like kind of like he outsmarted those guys also, and he outsmarted the Flash in the animated series, and it's like the universal thing is like Batman is always like the most intelligent tacticianer, and you always look at the films like Michael Keaton's film, or you go all the way back to Christopher Nolan's films, or even the new ones, which are the Robert Pattinson films, right? And the Batman films have always been super grounded. The characters are just like they're either like a psychopath or like a dude who's like I mean, at the wildest one would have probably been like maybe Arnold Schwarzenegger's Mr. Freeze. I think his was the most like out of pocket character that's ever been in Batman, because he had like a whole suit that kept his body regulated for cold, and his skin was blue. Like, I mean, you have Bane also in that film. Poison Ivy was pretty grounded, a girl that just has poison powers or whatever, but like it's always real chill. It's not as like whimsical or crazy as like Superman or anything like that. But I think it's about time the Batman films started getting into like the fantastical. Like I really, really think that. And the director was talking about there being a villain called Gentleman Ghost, right? And Gentleman Ghost is this literally like a headless horseman ghost character that goes around and does crimes and stuff like that. But it pushes the envelope as to what people are comfortable seeing in like Batman films, right? Like you wouldn't see, even though in the animated series and all these other stuff, you see Batman work alongside with like Constantine and Superman and the Flash and against Darkseid and all this stuff. Like in the live actions, we never really see that course of play with Batman. It's always like just simple stuff. But a Batman Beyond movie would be pretty dope. Like who would you think would be a really good like Batman Beyond actor like to play him? Let me know in the comments section. Robert says, homie been waiting 36 years, LOL. I can't believe it's been that long. For the Beetlejuice movie, I want to say, yeah, that would be crazy. To show on Hulu. What is Bob the Best? Poor one of my homies, Bob the Best. I'm not really sure what that means, but yeah. It's interesting because like the Batman character. Actually, we're going to be talking about some stuff, especially there's already been some early screenings and reviews for the Joker Part 2, and we're going to be talking about it in a bit once Trigger comes in. But yeah, like it's been really mixed. If you're a fan of the original Joker film with Joaquin Phoenix, let me know in the comment section what you guys thought of it. You know, give me a rating and a 5 out of 10 or 10 out of 10 and stuff like that. Me myself, I was mixed. I thought it was an okay film. I really didn't see a course into needing to just go straight into it and call it the Joker. I kind of, it's been on the back of my mind that they should have just called it Arthur and had just implied moments that this could be the Joker. I don't think they should have, stood their ground and just been like, yes, this is the Joker. I'm writing this because I believe my version of the Joker should be the backstory or whatnot. The Joker's always been like this urban legend in the comic books, right? He's always been this character that Batman cannot figure out. And the Joker film kind of gave us a solid background to a character that Batman would not have any trouble figuring out who that person was. And I understand like people on the outside that aren't a part of the film industry, we'll call it like what is it, like the dark times, dark something, dark, I don't know, like the dark side Batman stories or the DC stories. No, Alonso, thank you for jumping in. He says agreed. When the Joker film implied that it was the Joker, it kind of took us out of it. Like it took us out of the idea that this is a Joker, because we all, since we know the character, we love the character, it's super beloved, he's crazy, he's out of this mind, Batman can't figure him out. We all have our own interpretation of what the Joker really is. Even though the comic books have came in and said, there's 3 variations, or each one of them is a different person or a clone, or you have multiversal versions. We all have our own ideals of what the Joker really is, but it's so good that it's not grounded. Like, since the character is not grounded, it allows us to have this like this awe mystery kind of vibe around the character. And when you solidify it and you give it like a true background, it kind of takes away some of the value of the character and his mystery. So now we have, what is it, Joker Fox something, I forgot, Fox de Dieu or something like that. Lady Gaga's going to be coming out in it, or she is in it. She's supposed to be playing a variation of Harley Quinn. And of course, I've been telling people for a long time, like in the comic books, DC has been trying to find ways to nullify or push down the Joker and pick up Harley Quinn. I don't know if it's because of like the gender thing or whatnot, but I know that there had been a push, and there even was a push for like that weird character that was called Punchline, right? Which was the secondary version of another character that was in love with the Joker and wanted to be the other hero, because Harley started to go off on her own and do her own thing in the comics. So they created Punchline, and that kind of fell flat. Like nobody really needed another version of a Harley Quinn character. Harley Quinn's already said as much as Margot Robbie portrayed her very, very well in the Suicide Squad films and stuff like that. But I don't ever see Harley Quinn being a bigger supervillain than the Joker himself. Rob says, Joker tickets go on sale tomorrow, as a matter of fact. Cool. And he says, I can't wait. Hearing mixed reviews. Some say good, some say bad. Praying it's good. Actually, I heard it's not good. And I mean, I try my best to give it an opportunity, but from what I've heard, the film surrounds itself mostly around the court. Harley Quinn's character is kind of like pushed to the front, and it's like she's like the shining character, which I don't even know why they chose Lady Gaga. I mean, I don't know, man, and I don't know about this musical thing either. And yeah, it's kind of weird. Alonso says, actually wanted to see the Joker from the guy 30 Seconds to Mars, Jared Leto, the Jared Leto Joker. That was interesting, right? Like going back to it, like, seeing the Joaquin Phoenix. I mean, nothing against Joaquin Phoenix. Amazing actor. Always a fan of Joaquin Phoenix. But Jared Leto's Joker, even for me, man, when I first saw the creation, the amalgamation of whatever it is that they put together, I wasn't really hyped about it. I thought it was pretty bad. It was very much like the way they did like the new Crow character with Bill Skarsgård's rendition, where they kind of like Gen Z this guy up, you know, face tattoos, damaged. Like like they're gonna tell us that someone. I mean, and just going into your own rendition of what you think the Joker is. Do you think he would sit there and let someone tattoo in cursive damaged on his forehead? Like, I think he would just kill the tattoo artist as soon as he started. Like, there's no way you get a dude to just do crazy detailed tattoos on a guy like that. He's not going to sit still. That's just that's just my opinion on how I see the Joker as a character. But yeah, after the film, you know, I was all right with it. I was kind of interested in what they were doing. You know, he goes off and he saves Harley, but like, yeah, there's something about it. Like Jared Leto played a really, really good job. What I was really mad about was in the trailer for the Suicide Squad, the original one, there's this scene where he's holding the 2 electrical rods and he's like, "But I'm gonna hurt you really, really bad." And the way he delivered it in the trailer was not the way that it was put on film. And I was really disappointed because the way he said that in the trailer, I was like, holy fuck, this guy's crazy. Like he's a crazy person. But in the film, what we got was a more tactical version of the Joker, I guess you could say. Like there was more like even though he was like a mastermind, like he really was intelligent about it. Like even at the very end with him wearing a SWAT outfit, going in, saving Harley Quinn, like those are all things that I really would put more to like the Caesar Romano Joker, where it was very cut and dry, that he was just a crazy person and wanted to just do pranks, but he was still super hyper intelligent. I wouldn't consider it like, or you know what, like the Jack Napier. That's also the what is it? The one from the original Michael Keaton Batman. Like that Joker would probably be closer to that variation of the Joker, because yes, he's crazy, but he doesn't do anything out of a plan or out of something that he's really meant to. You know what I mean? Like it's really hard to explain, because the more you break it down, the more you get into the Suicide Squad Joker is like, he's a good Joker. Jared Leto did good, but that's not like a crazy psycho, I'm just gonna you know, Christopher Nolan Joker kind of guy. What's his name? The guy that passed away. I can't even think of his name. Let me see. Chris Nolan Joker. Heath Ledger, right? Yeah, that's the Heath Ledger Joker. Like you compare any of the Jokers that have ever been on screen compared to Heath Ledger's Joker, I think Heath Ledger played like King Joker, right? If you read the comic books, King Joker was one of the variations in the multiverse, the Joker that realized he was in a comic book and got like these god powers and just started like, you know, raising a muck all over the place. Like Heath Ledger's, Christopher Nolan's Joker to me is the scariest of the Jokers. And then after that, it goes to probably like the Gotham variation, and then the Jack Nicholson. And then from there, it'll probably go to like, yeah, like Joaquin Phoenix and Caesar Romano being like the least scariest but funny. Yeah, but it's very interesting. Like I think like the Suicide Squad Joker had a really good opportunity to be a lot bigger than what it was. Alonzo says, just wish movies were more like back in the days. I feel like it's getting watered down to PG-13. But you know what? That's a good point. Like, but that also reigns in a subject that we've always talked about here, like in the psychological discourse of like comic books, right? Comic books are supposed to be inspiring. Like you're supposed to be able to hold these characters on pedestals and look up to them. And, you know, it's the idea of having heroes, right? It's the idea of having role models and stuff like that. That's what heroes should be. But the long-term goal of comic books was to be like, well, how can we make the most money out of it? And then they had to dissect the hero. And the idea is, I always tell people this, and I've had the opportunity to talk to some celebrities when it comes to like hero films and stuff. And I ask them, have we passed the silver age of comic book films? And what does that mean? Is like the silver age was like when we were kids, like our Justice League shows, our superhero television shows, where they were like very cut and dried to the hero's journey. Where nowadays we look at it and we're like, The Watchmen was a big pick. The Boys, what is it? Invincible. Like all of these stories still have hero missions, but they like the characters have to be relatable for us to be like interested in it. And it's like you said, it kind of feels watered down because it's not gory, it's not bloody, it's not like balls to the wall crazy action. It's very simple, and it kind of reminds me of like the easiest way to explain it is like Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi's unbelievable. Shang-Chi's was like it was a good action movie. It was just a good martial arts film. There wasn't a lot of crazy, there's not a lot of gore. Even at the very end, you have the Hand working alongside those people when the Dweller in the Dark comes out and all the little creatures are flying around. They all like switch sides to just kind of survive, and they're not really like, it kind of makes you wonder, like, were they villains to begin with, or were they just like normal dudes just doing their job, but they're not really evil or think they do evil, I guess. But like, it's kind of like those questions, like, are we in a position, like if they make a Superman, like we talk about this all the time, right? We're getting ready to see the James Gunn Superman movie, and he'll eventually get to a Batman movie. He'll eventually get to a Wonder Woman movie. Are we going to need it to be like a vulgar, like a variation of the character for us to be entertained by this, or for us to be like wanting to watch it? Or can it still be like an Incredibles like style film where the people get together, they see a villain, they beat him up, bing bang pow, save the day, and there's no like character dwelling in a god complex or thinking that they're above humanity and needing that justification of to why I'm doing this. Like, can we still get just a good fashion? Because that's my biggest concern is we're going to get a Superman film, and Superman is, by far the golden boy. He's the guy. Like, when we look at him, he fails at first because he holds back or he does something, and then later on he does the thing and he wins the battle and then comes back, and the sun shines on, and he just goes back to his farm, and it's just simple. It's a simple storytelling. But do we need more of a psychological impact in the character for us to really care? I don't know. It's a interesting concept and a good talk. But yeah, I want to know what you guys think. Like, we're going to get a Superman film soon, and with the current status with, like I said, like The Boys and Gen V and like the Watchmen films, and even with the Christopher Nolan films, like does it have to be something that has like a dark intonation or a dark tone for it to be relevant in our current time when it comes to storytelling? But yeah, let me know. Yeah, we do have a couple minutes. Triggs should be on in a little bit. Like I said, he's going to be jumping in, and we're going to be, of course, talking about some interesting things. Of course, we're going to talk about the Minecraft trailer that dropped. We're going to be talking Warhammer, Space Marines 2. I had the opportunity to play it, and I want to give a review on it. Blade, the film, and Armor Wars is in some type of turmoil with Marvel right now. We're going to talk about that. Of course, like I said, we're going to be talking about the Joker 2 mixed reviews, and of course some other DC news that comes to, and Triggs will be excited for it too. But as a matter of fact, I'll move this up to the Joker talks because we're already kind of in talks about it. When you guys heard, this is to the comment section and the chat. When you heard that there was going to be a second Joker film, and you heard it was going to be a musical, and you heard there was Lady Gaga, what did you guys think? Like, what did you guys anticipate about this film? For me, I hearing it was going to be a musical, I was kind of taken back. I really wasn't impressed by that. I really wasn't even eager to see it. But being that we had the first film, it was very artistic. It was very up and down when it came to like um, symbolism and ideals in the film as to if it was reality or if it wasn't. I was thinking to myself, I was like, you know what? Like the Joker character persona wise would be something that could be a musical. The guy is just so nutty. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but I did not get that vibe. All right, Mike, good to see you, Tricks. He'll be on soon. Um, I didn't quite see that with the original Joker film. Like, I didn't see that working with that genre because it was such like a psychological adventure with that character. There were so many, like I said, like so much mystery to what they wrote as that character that if it was a musical, I didn't feel like it was going to work. But you know what it reminds me of when I first heard that? Um, The Shining. The Shining in the sense of like the characters are on vacation in a hotel and they just start seeing like the most randomest images in the hotel that make them freak out. Like that's what I assume would be interesting for a musical. So that would be like in the first film, we had like a whole minute and 45 seconds of Joaquin Phoenix like doing a dance rendition on the way down a staircase, which became one of the most visually iconic things that has happened in cinema in the last like 15, 16 years, right? Or ever really. And even to this day, like it's still one of the most memorable Joker scenes in cinema for that character. So the idea of knowing that in that whole entire film, a dance routine is the most memorable piece. Ghost face musical. That'd be funny. That you know what that reminds me of, Vince? That reminds me of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the musical. They did that once and it was kind of funny. Going back, digressing. The Joker would be a place where you could probably do some type of musical, but it can't be like a traditional musical film or a musical rendition. It has to be where it's like it's got to be in some way like providing to the audience that it's pure chaos. Like it's pure chaos in the sense of an artistic value. It's got to be like where, you know, it's not him shooting a gun and everyone's dancing. Yeah, that's a really good method. Like Sweeney Todd. I would say like the rendition where he's giving everybody a clean cut or a shave or whatever, and he's like slicing throats and all that stuff. It's got to be very trippy for it to be kind of a successful thing for it to work, in my opinion. But you know, if I go over here, let me give this a check real quick. Let's go Rotten Tomatoes, boys. Rotten Tomatoes 2. Let's go check it out. Right now, as a matter of fact, it's not even out yet. I'll put this up real fast. Presents, share screen. Let's go, boys. Thermometer meter, it's at a 61%, which it's not too bad. I want to see if I can find any of. Here we go, critics reviews. So there's 44 critics reviews. This person, Rafaela Sales Ross from the playlist, says, of all things, Phillips does better in Joker Folie à Deux than he did in the Joker. The best is by far his coarse connection in catering to radical misogynists. All right. I guess. I don't know what that means, but I'm not hyped for the Joker movie. Yeah, seeing the reviews doesn't make it any better. What do these guys put? It begs the question why Phillips is so reluctant to embrace that the film is a musical. Why not add a little bit more color, some flourish to the production design? I'm guessing that's because of the fact that it's still very dark, right? It is not that this vision of the Joker is inherently wrong, but is uninteresting. Please let us be done with this. Wow, that's rough, man. And then you know, I mean, there are some rotten. There are some. These are like the rotten meters, I guess you could say. And then the other ones are the tomato, which is like, you know, that it's good or whatever. An overindulging musical that lacks the punch of its predecessor. Where the original Joker remains a stunning expectation, the rare blockbuster with emotional shading, grown up themes, and a genuine sense of grandeur, this sequel fails to stay on the beat. Wow, that's pretty crazy. Screen International. Um, what a wings. Oof. What a wings. Yeah. As you can see, it's kind of cut down the middle. Top critics. Let's see what top critics say. Same thing. It's these people that are also saying the same thing. So what it kind of looks. Okay, here we go. IndieWire. Folie Adieu simply tap dances in place for the majority of its limitless runtime, stringing together a series of underwhelming musical numbers that are either too on the nose or too vaguely related to its character to express anything at all. It kind of goes off of what we were saying, man, in the sense of it's like I don't think it works. I just don't think it works because the first movie was so dissecting of the psychology of the Joker that you don't find any humor in it being like, hey, you know what? Let's make the second one a straight musical, because it would be really funny if all they did was dance around and act crazy and cute, because the dancing and all that stuff conveys, I don't know, like love, or conveys the passion that he ends up having for Harleen Quinzel, which ends up being, you know, Harley Quinn. And the story has been changed a little bit from what I've heard, where Harleen Quinzel originally was a psychiatrist to the Joker in Arkham. In this story, she is also an inmate, right? She's also in there. We've seen it in the trailers. She kind of like, maybe she did work as a psychiatrist in the beginning of the film, and then later ends up, you know, falling in love, you know, the same story of Harley Quinn or whatnot. And then breaks down as to then she gets admitted, and then they spend more time together in the sense of, you know, doing Joker-esque stuff. You know, speaking of Joker, you know, I have my playing cards and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You know, in the current state of cinema and stuff like that, anytime a Rotten Tomato score is kind of mixed, like you already know, it's just my opinion. Like you already know that people aren't really liking it too much, and it's all PR from there. It's all the studio. When it comes to like the whole, oh, it's people are misogynist or people are against this and that or whatever. It's like you can't really just you can't really just critique a film without being called out for something. But like I said, I haven't seen this film yet, so I can't really give it a praise or not. But I really wasn't that big on the original Joker either. So Alonso Rodriguez says, I thought in the comics Joker was not into Harley. She was. Yeah, that's kind of what it was. He just kind of manipulated her as he does to everyone else. And she just stayed because of the abuse, right? Because she really, really was. But then later on, there is a comic book called I want to say Joker the White Knight or Batman the White Knight, which is kind of like, I guess, like a multiversal story where you end up actually finding out that there's two Harley Quinns. There's the original Harley Quinn that was kind of based off of the Unlimited or the Justice League cartoon or even the animated series. And then there is the, like, he ends up finding another Harley Quinn that is like the Arkham style, which is like the psychopath, the one that kills. Like the original one really wasn't a killer or anything like that. She did when the Joker needed it, but she was more like a love interest to a henchman in the animated series. But of course, you saw in the animated series even that the Joker was very abusive towards Harley, but she stuck with it. And in this story, Batman literally force feeds the Joker some type of like pills that cure him and turns him back into Jack Napier. He ends up realizing that he was actually the bad guy. He sues the fuck out of Gotham PD and in Batman and all that stuff for allowing them to be physical in the sense to a person. But you know, Jack Napier ends up being the White Knight, and he ends up like being what Batman couldn't, and then eventually the chemicals wear off and he turns back into the Joker. But the story's kind of interesting. But but yeah, he ends up falling in love with Harley Quinn, and then later like they fall off because he ends up turning back into the Joker, and then I think Batman and Harley Quinn have like a relationship after that. But yeah, I don't know. Like it's very awkward. Um, Me and Brian always have that conversation in the sense of like, where is the current state of the DC landscape and stuff like that? And I think it's very broken because one part you have James Gunn trying to get his universe set up, and then you have this like Robert Patterson Batman that's not going to be a part of that world, and then you have this Joker that's not a part of the Robert Patterson, nor is it part of the James Gunn's world. It's all isolated. That's fucking three different timelines that we're gonna have to be trying to follow. Um, all well, I don't know, man. It feels very crap. Vince says I would rather watch Fall Guy 50 times than watch the new Joker movie. Dang, Vince, that's hardcore. I know Robert Biggie will probably end up going to go watch it, and Brian and myself, I'll probably end up going to watch it also. But yeah, that's very hardcore. What about you guys? What do you guys think in the comments? Do you guys like the way the original one was, or is it something that it's just like like I don't know, I don't even know how to explain it. Hold on, real quick. Let me see if I can do this real fast. I got one of my homies. Hey, let's go. There we go. We might get David in the chat. I didn't get to do a thing this past week with David, so it'd be good. Yeah. Hey, the original Fall Guy was good as a kid. The original Fall Guy. There was an original. Jeremy, what's up, bro? What's up? What's up? Oh, we got it. Here we go. Right in the green room. Dave, what's up, man?
Hi.
Yo, what's up, dude? What's going on? What's going on?
Nah, bro, what's it called? I totally forgot you were on, bro. I got caught up on price and inventory and shit because I was off today.
Nice. How's everything been going with the shop?
I mean, good and bad. Like, I just found out from the landlord that they're gonna increase the rent or whatever. So.
Oh, for the brick and mortar location?
Yeah, so they're gonna increase the rent supposedly. So we're working through that roadblock. But I mean, besides that, I mean, I was off today, did some basketball practice. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna price inventory all day. Did that for like 3 hours. I totally missed all the messages and shit. I was like, damn. I was like, fuck.
Dope. Yo. So what's up? Alonzo says Fall Guy used to be a television series. I didn't know that. And then he said like Airwolf. I remember Airwolf though. And Robert says, "What's up? Hell yeah, David. What's up?" I got Triggs. Triggs gonna come on in a little bit. He's kind of like, I don't know, slapping the monkey or whatever he does. But yeah, what's up, my dude? Fuck, I feel like it's cool. I've been kind of running it for like 40 minutes already.
Yeah, no shit, bro. I was like, I logged in. I'm like, oh shit. I was like, let me go.
Throwing it down. Right now, we're talking about, of course, the Joker 2 has been getting a lot of mixed reviews. And I was just giving a breakdown of the character Joker because of the fact that originally when they were talking about the Joker Part 2 coming out, they were going to make it a musical. Mm-hmm. And I was kind of like not digging it. Right now, the reviews are coming in kind of mixed, 50-50. It's at a 60 something, 61, 62% right now. It's not even out. But yeah, I wanted to see like, so David, like for you yourself, comic book guy, collectibles seller, how were you when it came to the first Joker film?
You know, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I haven't read too many comics. Mostly like, the Batman movies and so forth, right? But when I saw the original movie, I thought it was pretty good, bro. It deserves a second part. I mean, I'm not too sure. I'm kind of excited just to kind of see the big twist of the movie. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think you talked about it a long time ago when they announced Joker 2. I don't think that chick's going to be real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But who knows, right? Or whoever's going to see it. But I mean, the first one had a good, like, build up to the dude basically just snapping. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it was just written so well of accumulated bullshit, bro. I mean, who can't relate to accumulated bullshit,
True, true. For me, the original movie was okay. I wasn't originally a big fan of them, or at least someone stepping up to give the Joker like a solid backstory. And the reason why is because the character, in my opinion, does very well as an urban legend. To where like you're always kind of like the origin is very convoluted. Because I tell people this all the time. Like if you look at the original Joker film, Batman would figure that fucker out like in 30 minutes, dude. Like it wouldn't even take him a whole ass day, dude. He could
Right.
do that shit eating fucking Five Guys burgers, and it wouldn't even bother him. He'd figure him out, arrest him, know exactly what makes him click. What's cool about the Joker in the comic books and throughout history is that we don't know how he came to be. He just came to be. And that's why the Joker, that's why if you look at it, even I want to say after the New 52 or like it was the series after Batman during the Dark Side War um sits on Mobius's chair, which is like this chair that just eats knowledge. Like it's just everything knowledge wise like goes through this chair. The guy that sits on it, Mobius, kind of like knows everything. And the moment Batman sits on it, the first thing he does is he says, "Who is the Joker?" Like that's the fucking first thing this
Yeah.
fucking dude asks. Which this guy solves every question. He solves the multiverse. He fucking solves the fucking honing rod or whatever, the honing fork that breaks multiverses. That was like in the original Crisis stuff. He he stops the syndicate when it's doing the battle of two earths or whatever the fuck. Like Batman is the most intelligent dude, tactically, detective, or whatever the fuck in the world. And the one question that he asks this thing is the one thing he can never fucking solve is who is the Joker? And then he says, "What? That doesn't make sense." And he's like, "But it does," or I don't know what he says. He says some shit that kind of like he gets the answer, but like it leaves us in an ambiguous situation, which is what I think that they rose to them having the three Jokers storyline. I don't know if you heard about this a couple months or a couple years ago, where they had like the criminal, the psychopath, and the crime boss or whatever. And it was like the three
No,
Jokers are in a comic book cover together or whatever.
I haven't seen that. I remember the panel that you're talking about because it was like a panel that went semi-viral with on the Joker face and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But that was the only
Yeah,
thing I remember.
because watch, I'll show you right now, just to put it up on the chat so people can hear it or see it, to hear it. It's this comic book with the three Jokers.
Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about now.
And they end up coming out and saying that each one of them, which is like the Killing Joke, Death in the Family, and then the Jack Napier one, like which is the criminal or whatever, the crime boss, the psychopath, and then I don't know, like they all have like their own things, and then you end up finding out that they're like clones. Like the Joker had been cloning himself with other people, and yeah, it's just wild. It's just wild. But I kind of feel like this is where, like, I guess this is the best ideal in rendition when it comes to.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I kind of feel like that's what happened, and of course, like I was saying, for them to give the Joker a story that's like, kind of grounded, kind of sucks. And the movie came out. I think it would have been, in my opinion, better if they would have done, if they would have like, I said this earlier, if they would have called it Arthur, and they would have implied that this person could be the Joker. I didn't want him to actually like don the costume, put on the makeup, like, and say like this is me, and then people people are all fucking like praising him that he's the Joker or whatever, which is the weirdest thing on the planet. But yeah, if it would have been that way, I kind of feel like I would have liked it more because the deliverance would have been better on how they advertised it. But yeah, when they admitted that the second film was going to be with Lady Gaga and a musical and all this stuff, I was like, this isn't going to work. This is not going to work. And yeah, the early reviews are coming in, and it's not looking too good, man. It's not looking too good. A lot of people are saying like there's too much like the musical parts a hit and miss, and it doesn't focus enough on the pizzazz that the first film had. So,
Bro, when I hear musical, I'm thinking of the fucking Marvels where it had that random ass dance cue or dance
The
off or
the
whatever
Captain
the fuck.
America one.
Then the Captain Marvel, whatever the fuck. But I
No,
remember
no,
I
no. It
was
was
like,
was it Captain
there's a
America the musical
oh
or
no
was it Avengers?
no you're thinking of like Hawkeye's musical, but I'm talking about the Marvels, Miss Marvel and all that shit, and Photon and Captain Marvel.
Oh yeah.
That random ass
Brother.
fucking yeah,
Brother.
ooh. I'm remembering that one, bro, where
Brother.
it came out of nowhere.
Brother. It's horrible. But yeah. Are you gonna go check out the Joker 2 or what?
Oh yeah, I might be for streaming, bro. I don't go to the movies.
You're gonna let it wait. You're gonna
Yeah, dude.
I'm
Hey,
gonna
we
beat
thought
out to
about
that
those, bro.
shit. There is you know what? As a matter of fact, last week I talked about it with the guy. Well, Trigger, right? Borderlands went right to fucking digital last week.
Digital straight. Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw that.
literally, it released like a month before, and it was already on digital. You can rent that bitch for $20, and
If you want to.
if you want to punish yourself, um, and we don't need a fucking Snyderverse release the fucking Borderlands full cut. We don't need that shit, dude. It's a failure through and through, a
The
fucking
uncut
failure.
gem.
But there's something about cinema or the current state of it that I have trust issues with. I've been cheated on her by so long. You know, the lady of cinema, you know, has messed me up so much that I do not go into films excited anymore. I go in scared. I go in worried that I'm gonna get screwed over, that this person's gonna cheat on me or just take my money and leave me high and dry.
The Madam Webs of the world.
The Madam Webs of the world. I kind of feel like that Nicole Kidman video about, you know, after COVID, and she was in the movie theater trying to talk about how it's so cool to be back in movies and all this shit. And in my mind, I'm like, you lied to me. Like, you hurt me, girl. Like, you hurt me. I go to films and I waste $20 on just seating. You waste another $20 on food or anything like that. And I feel lied to, man. And I don't know how to express myself when it comes to cinema anymore. So like whenever someone, I forgot who it was, I think we were talking about Beetlejuice earlier because some of the guys had seen Beetlejuice. I haven't seen Beetlejuice. Biggie was like, oh, it was good except for the part where Beetlejuice is having to deal with his ex-girlfriend.
Well,
and in my mind, I'm like, well, isn't that the entire story? Because like, what else is there? The original, if he's trying to get with Lydia Deeds, that was the plot of the first film. I don't need that plot anymore. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that plot's already been run through, you know, fucking 20 years ago. You know, the ex-girlfriend is probably the main thing that's going on in this film, the main plot. Mm-hmm. And he's telling me that that's the worst part. And that's the entire main purpose of the fucking film. Yeah. So like in Borderlands, right? Borderlands, based off of a great fucking video game. You just have to follow the fucking format of the game. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how hard is it? It's, you know, we ask the same thing when it comes to like the comic book films, right? Like, it's in comic book, it's already in storyboard. Like, how can you fuck that up? You know, you got the cheat notes in front of you. But again, it's like, you know, certain people think that they're above the IPs and they're like, yo, I'm gonna make the Lord of the Rings way better than fucking Tolkien. There's no way he's gonna, you know, it'd be really cool if trolls and orcs can have babies and there's female and male trolls, and like, it's just wild, bro. Have you been checking out the Lord of the Rings, the Ring of Power?
Not the Ring of Power, but the one that, I don't know if you want to transition to it yet, bro, but I was looking at the trailer for Minecraft. And I'm not gonna lie, bro, I got fucking so salty, bro, because I'm a huge Beatles fan, and I'm a huge Magical Mystery Tour. Like, I love the album or whatever, and I fucking lost my mind, bro.
Really?
And
wait, in a good way or bad way?
In a bad way, bro, because I was like, how you gonna do that to the Beatles, bro? That's my band, bro. Those are my peeps. And I already don't go to the movies, bro. But when you're talking about Lady Cinema giving you the shaft, I could feel that one in that movie the most. I don't even play Minecraft, bro.
You know what's really crazy? How much money Minecraft has as an IP. And that trailer is what we got. Like, it looks like, you know what it reminded me of? What? Which is fucking crazy. The Spirits movie. You remember that?
I don't remember the Spirits movie.
Do you remember that? So the Spirits Halloween store made a film,
Did they really?
and it's a film about Spirits Halloween stores.
Shit.
Yeah, literally, I felt the same vibe. This isn't, and I heard someone in my chat or someone in my Discord was like, "Oh man, it reminds me of like Jumanji," and I was like, "Fuck no, this doesn't remind me of Jumanji,
Bullshit,
dude.
bro.
Yeah,
That ain't
this
close
does
to
not.
Jumanji, bro.
This is like when Nickelodeon makes a film, and you have no idea what the fuck they're making a film about. Like this doesn't get it. Like it doesn't get it at all. It's weird."
I don't know. The cats, fucking the Aquaman and that shit, bro. I was kind of like thrown off on that
Jason
shit.
Momoa, yeah.
I
I
was
don't know
like,
what's
you're
up.
gonna
Like Jason Momoa's in a weird part of his life right now.
fucking Vince.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like next,
Vince
we're
is
gonna
like,
see him in those like the Ben Affleck trailer working at Starbucks. You remember that video? Remember that
yeah,
commercial? Like I feel like we're gonna get there soon because
eventually.
this guy, like, he was Aquaman once, and then was in tune to play Lobo, which everyone was super excited for.
Mhm.
And now this is him. He's in the Minecraft film, and then he did that weird like Lullaby movie a while back too. I don't know if you ever saw that, where he had like goat legs and all this other shit. I forgot what it
Oh
was,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
yeah. So
The fucking
yeah.
goat legs.
What do you think about the trailer though, man? Like, what do you?
You know, bro, it just like I haven't played a lot of Minecraft, just kind of what Adam shows me, right?
Mhm.
But like I just the graphics look like garbage. Yeah, I feel like they could have done
Yeah,
a better
it's
job. From what I know about it, is I mean, do you ever remember that fucking movie? I never got to finish it, but that Hardcore Henry when they did it first person.
okay.
Like, why did they try to do that for the Minecraft movie, bro? You know what I mean?
Well, that's the same. Do you know what? That's the same problem that they had with the Doom movie. Like, why
That's
didn't they
true.
do Doom right? Like, why didn't they
But
do
they
that
did Doom
correctly?
first person at the end, like the last 2 minutes. Remember? They had
Hmm.
like a sequence or whatever,
Yeah.
and that was
So
it.
yeah, actually, I have this thing going off right now in the background. But
Fucking.
like I said, like it's really bad, dude. And like
I love the Beatles music, bro. Fucked me up,
why my god, dude.
bro. They look like AI generated, bro. Make me a Minecraft movie.
Yeah. Like I get like how everything is like squared and like why is it that they could do like Wreck-It Ralph? They could do I mean I can't say Sonic because Sonic they just brought a CG
And
character
Mario,
into the real world,
Mario,
right? The
fucking
Mario
Mario, bro.
movie, dude, like why this? This looks so fucking bad, dude. Like look at the tree
Dude, the more you look at
compared
it,
to
the
their
more you
height.
see things wrong.
Like look at the tree compared to these people's fucking height, dude.
Mhm.
Like are they giants or what? Like I don't get it. Like this little kid is standing like right next to this tree. You know what I mean? Like that tree looks really tiny to him. Wow, that's so weird, man. And you know what's even crazier is I recently had someone. Is this the girl from Wednesday Adams, right?
Is it?
That's the girl from Wednesday. Is the blondie, right?
I haven't seen it yet.
No, it's a pretty good show. I don't know who this is, and that's of course the late great Aquaman himself. Just rock star in it, and that's
Oh fuck.
that's what we're looking at.
That's the best
That's
freeze
what we're
frame,
looking at,
bro.
huh?
That's the best freeze frame. Even the fucking tongue is square, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah, like this is what we're working with. What? I'm not hyped for this, man. I am not hyped for this at all. Next year, maybe they fix it.
I mean, if
Maybe
we
they just
bully him
delete the
enough,
whole
bro.
fucking film.
Fucking Jason Momoa.
It's so weird. Like I don't see this. I don't know. And that's just fucking Jack Black being Jack Black. I'm so tired of it. All right, I'm already tired of it. Like I'm already tired of it.
You're like, I don't want to see this no more.
I don't get it. Like I don't get how people. I don't see. You know what? As a matter of fact, I'm gonna look this up real quick. What's the ratio at? So
When
right now, well, it's not really showing a ratio. it's showing how many positives there are. So again, this is so weird. Again, what it's showing is how many people like this as to how many people don't like this. And I don't
Too
know.
many to count, bro. Too many to count.
The first comment is the best. How brave of Warner Brothers to leave the comment section open. 208,000 likes, dude. 208,000 likes.
That's great, bro. We bullied Paramount into redesigning Sonic. Can we bully Warner Brothers into
The
redesigning
entire movie. Whoever greenlit this live action was snorting the finest redstone dust. 50,000, dude. Jesus, dude.
That's great.
Look, this guy right here. This guy gets it. He's living in 2029. Dear movie companies, if you don't like having money, you could always just send it to me. Because again, man, like, what in the fuck? Who? Man, I would fuck. I don't even know how to say this. I would pay top dollar to sit in a fucking meeting of these guys being like, you know, it'd be a great idea. You know, this Minecraft movie. It would be fantastic if we did live people in Minecraft world. That just makes no sense. Like, couldn't we just get like a regular like Lego's movie, dude? Like Lego Movies does it.
They should have done a fucking Uno movie, bro. At this point,
Uno. Yeah, don't even say
Uno
that.
movie, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna get Galaga or some shit for no good reason.
Hey, don't diss the Galaga, bro.
They'll fuck it up so fast. You know they will. You know, I mean, look at we got a Tetris movie, and all they did was they just took the real life world of how Tetris was created and made it into like an espionage movie, and it was still Tetris. You know what I mean? But like the story of Tetris, because the backstory of Tetris was more interesting. Minecraft would work. It's a beloved series. A lot of kids just play this shit. Bunch of YouTubers got famous off of this shit. And you're gonna tell me that this is the best idea they could come up with? Mm-hmm. Like, I wonder if, like, when they do these kind of films, I wonder if like this is the cheapest form of cinema that they can get away with without like spending oodles of money on a real film. Like, I wonder, I really do. I wonder, because there's no way that a normal person that had any type of knowledge of Minecraft would think this was a great idea. Like, no way. Like us, we don't even play Minecraft. I just barely started last week. And I don't think you've ever played Minecraft. You just watch your son do it and you already see this and you're like, wow, this is shit. Like, this isn't Minecraft. And we don't even have the knowledge of Minecraft to know it's not good. Like, maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm not the target audience, right? I always say that shit nowadays. Maybe I'm not the target audience.
You've been saying that shit a lot lately, bro.
It's the only excuse. What's up? We got Triggs in house. What's up, Trig?
Bro, fuck that fucking movie, dude. That looks stupid.
We were watching Minecraft, walked right into this one.
Dude, right? Fuck all of that.
Yo, so we were just talking about this. We kind of let the trailer play in the background. We didn't put any sound to it just to kind of break it down. But like, how much knowledge of Minecraft do you have? How many hours of play of Minecraft do you have, Triggs? Like, just by chance?
None. Zero.
And you know this to not be a good rendition of Minecraft, right?
I know that this will flop.
This is 100%
as hard, if not harder than Borderlands.
Yeah. And
like I have. You know me. I'm the optimist, right? I'm the guy who's just like, you know what, dude? Let's give it a chance, right? Like, what's the worst that can happen, right? Zero faith in this movie. Like, when they were like, Jack Black's gonna be the new Minecraft movie, I'm like, one, fuck him. Two, why the fuck are you making this? This is like the fucking El Raton, whatever Bad Baby movie that was supposed to come out that isn't anymore.
Bad Baby.
Yeah, remember he was supposed to make a fucking Marvel movie?
No, you're talking that not Raton.
No, the fucking yeah, whatever, dude. Yeah, Bad Baby. Bad Bunny.
El Máscara.
Yeah, whatever, dude. El fucking Demonio or whatever. El Fantasma or whatever.
Yeah, but I forgot the fucking rapper's name.
Yeah, Bad Bunny. My bad.
Bad Bunny, yeah. Bad Bunny was supposed to do a Marvel movie with Spider-Man and all this other shit.
Yeah, and I was just like, who the fuck asked for this?
Yeah, like who cares, right? Like I was like, who wanted this guy in the movie?
Like you know what it really like reminds me of sometimes, and like I say this with like the utmost comedic like backing behind it, is like, you know, like in that Family Guy episode where it's Stephen King and he's just like, all right, so what's your next idea for a book? And he's like, there's a lamp and it's trying to attack you and scary. And he's like, oh, you're not even trying anymore.
Yeah, fucking.
When can you have it? When can you have the book out by? Like they're already selling it. Like whatever, dude. Fucking just make it.
I was just telling David that I just feel like, because even with us having, like I said, like I started playing Minecraft like last week because some of my friends tried to do a 24-hour stream and they failed. They failed at like 15 minutes or 15 hours. And I told them like, hey, well, if you would have had other people, we could have like jumped in and kind of like kept each other going for the 24 hours. You know what I mean? Like, I think that would have been pretty fantastic. And so I was like,
I mean, that would have been cool.
You know, and it's like, so let me jump in the game. Let me learn, because I know there's a bunch of shit I'm going to have to learn. And, you know, I'm kind of getting it. It's fun and all this stuff. But I myself don't have literally hours, maybe. But like yourself, like you don't have any hours in it. David doesn't have any hours. He's seen his son play it. And of course, you've probably seen gameplay, because we know there's so many YouTubers out there that have made fame off of the Minecraft series. So we know that Minecraft has money. But like, I wonder, like these guys had to sit there in a meeting and say, hey guys, let's greenlit this thing. Let's get it filmed out.
Yeah.
And what in the fuck, dude? Because David mentioned it earlier where he was like, yo, Mario Brothers was a huge success with 0 actors, all fucking CG, all video game graphics or whatever the fuck. And it worked. Not
only did it work, dude, but it fucking thrived. Like, it was exactly the play that they should have gone with. There wasn't like some fucking fat Chris Pratt, you know, back in, you know, his old TV show. Like exactly all CG'd or whatever. You know, like you don't have fucking, who played Donkey Kong again? What famous actor played Donkey Kong?
That dude. Seth. Pineapple, Seth Green, yeah. That's the only thing I just think of the joke, right? I had to hear the laugh,
bro.
Seth Green. No, it's Seth Rogen. Seth
Rogen. That's right. Yeah. But like, I mean, you're not going to see him buff. You know, you're not ever going to fucking
monkey outfit.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Fuck that. And like, you know what, dude? And like, I think, Marvel, like, I think Mario was like the best analogy for this, that like, it was animated and it worked even better because it was animated. You know, the whole fucking John Leguizamo one that fucking tanked and it was trash. Yeah. But you know what, dude? It worked because it was a live action movie. Yeah. That one worked for what it was because it was relatively grounded.
Yeah.
And it was
in reality.
Yeah, it was in a reality, right? You know, like I mean, it's like Ultimates, for, you know, for lack of a better term, you know, like if Super Mario was the Ultimates or whatever, you know, some shit. But still, like, it worked for what it was. And dude, this movie looks fucking stupid.
It looks bad, dude.
Yeah, like this movie, like you can tell this movie was done because Jack Black is suffering a psychosis because him and Kyle Gass are not friends anymore because, you know, of the whole Trump thing.
Yeah, bad joke.
Yeah, bad joke. Yeah, exactly. And like, I'm just like, dude, what the fuck, man? Like, this is the next project you want to fucking announce? You're gonna tell me you wholeheartedly believe in this?
And that's because he was in Mario Brothers. You know what I mean? He fucking played Bowser. Like, he had to sit in that room and be like, hey, you know what? Someone in that room probably said, hey, you know what, Jack? It would have been cool if you played a live action Bowser in the movie. And him be like, but I played the animated version and it was beloved. Like, everyone loved it. If I would have done it live action, I don't think it would have been, you know, at all taken the same way. I mean, fuck, he wore the costume in a music video and no one gave a fuck about it. He looked stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, he had to sit there and listen to these people be like, yeah, I think if we did you live action in Minecraft, it would work really well.
Yeah, I think it would be sick as fuck, bro.
Yeah,
bro.
That would be great.
Sick as fuck. Like, picture it. Yeah. Your blocks.
Yeah.
Your blocks, dude.
Yeah.
But your live action, your CG live action blocks.
Yeah.
Tell me that wouldn't slap, dude. Tell me that would. Green light.
Green light.
Get me the Feige bro. Get me the fucking Russo brothers.
Yeah,
Fuck.
bring in Jason Momoa.
Yeah, and fucking Taylor Swift and Scarlett Johansson. Give me the Marvel people. They know how to make a fucking movie. Feige, where is that motherfucker? Get him in here too. Make me a Minecraft movie.
It looks bad. It looks really
stupid.
Bad.
It looks stupid.
Really bad. Like, okay, let me, because right before you jumped on,
I will watch Acolytes before I watch that.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I'll watch Borderlands before I get this.
Yeah, I was actually in the middle of Borderlands before, like, before all of this. And you know what, dude? Like, yeah, it's bad, but you know what? At least I could sit through it.
Yeah, no shit, right?
Fact.
Right before you jumped on, I had laid out my favorite words, which are, maybe I'm not the audience. Right?
Maybe, yeah, dude. Maybe we're not the audience.
And I'm trying to understand, like, okay, if this is for kids, does it hit like Mario Brothers? Like, you know what I mean? Like, do you think this is going to be like, because I don't want to, you know what? I don't want to fucking compare it to Jumanji, because I got a kick out of Jumanji. Like, I actually got a kick out of how stupid that movie.
Yeah, but all of the Jumanjis from like 1 to like 3 or whatever.
Well,
like,
I'm just talking about the new stupid one
with
with Jack Black and The Rock and Kevin Hart and
but even like when he's trying to play a girl, it's still comedic because like he's
super out of pocket.
And it's not just that, but like it feels the same way as Tropic Thunder, where he's a drug addict.
Yeah,
and like, dude, it's just funny, like you can dig it. Like, you're not having to stretch for this comedy. You're not trying to look for the comedic value in this.
Yep.
You just see it. It's like, like especially like like The Rock. Like, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. Like, all right, dude. Like, that's funny. You're a big jacked bald guy. Like, why would you cry? But you're actually like a little skinny lanky dude who
like a little kid or something like that.
Yeah, who probably cries all the time, trapped in a fucking 235
pound fucking 235 pound of pure muscle, dude. He's just trapped in this. Like, is that what it is? Like, is this what kids films are?
Dude, I mean, arguably you could even say that The Last of Us is a kid's film.
That's pretty dark.
That's pretty dark.
That's pretty dark.
Hey man, I knew 13-year-olds who were playing The Last of Us.
Well, I mean, because video games are universal like that, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's based off a video game, right? Yeah. Like, I mean, it's centrally figured around a single child.
Like, I kind of wonder if this is like the new statute of limitation as to what kids' films are. Because when we look at it, we're like, this is fucking bad. But like, I really wonder if like the style, the creation of it, like them knowing it's very Nickelodeon, right?
Yeah, but even then, Nickelodeon wasn't like this.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, think of like Pixar movies or DreamWorks.
Good Burger, bro. Fuck.
Exactly, dude.
Yeah,
like,
they're good.
Jesus.
Like,
yeah, but like at the same time, you're not stretching for that kind of comedy. You either know what it is or you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Like, like it's not. Maybe I'm not the audience. Like, you look at Good Burger, then, and you're like, I'm not the audience for this. They're like, I'm not gonna watch this. Mm-hmm. Now it's like, maybe I'm not the audience.
Maybe I'll watch it. Yeah.
Like, it's the unfortunate thing is that like in the times, it has become so. And Vince, I was just thinking of that. If they make a Roblox movie, then yes, 100%. The film industry is trying to pander to everybody.
To everything.
And that is the problem. Stop trying to pander to everybody because you're not going to grasp everybody. I get it. We want to maximize reach, right? We want to maximize our demographic in every way possible. Everyone tries to do that, right? From the service industry to the movie industry, right? You want to maximize your audience. You want to maximize your reach. I get it. But at the same time, you're not always going to do it. You can't always do it because sometimes the demographic just is not there. You know, I have ideas for bars that I'm never gonna do because they wouldn't fucking work here. You know, are you gonna tell me that a fucking arcade bar wouldn't slap down here? A fucking course it would, or like would slap, but down here it'd probably fail.
Yeah, it'd probably fail down here.
Yeah, like if me and Ham teamed up and made a bar / arcade, that'd be fucking sick.
That'd be pretty
But
good.
but that, I mean, it would fail in like 8 months.
True that.
You know, there's no way to sustain something like that, to sustain an idea like that, because the demographic isn't here. The demographic is just not here. I like my target audience just isn't that. You know, and like I can't just be like, well, maybe they're not the audience, maybe they're not the demographic. No, motherfucker, they're not. Like, I know they're not.
And you know what? It's really crazy because earlier we were talking about like the Joker film, right?
Yeah.
So we were talking about the mixed reviews for Joker Part 2, which I don't know if you had heard that a lot of people are kind of like in and out about it.
Oh yeah, I heard that it's gonna flop hard.
Yeah. And I was telling David, I was like, yo, I feel like cinema is like a ratchet ex-girlfriend that always cheats on me because like I want to go to the movies and I want to spend money, but I don't trust what it's going to give me is going to make me happy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's bad, dude. Like, the current state of cinema is bad.
Yeah, but at least with like a toxic ex, you're kind of just like, man, at least I got my nut though, dude. You know, like it's
No,
at least I got something out of it.
Yeah,
you know,
nut, man. That's not.
yeah. I mean, I get it, dude. Like it's a cheap nut, but you know, like at least you got something out of it. You know.
But that's like saying like when you're going to the films and you pay your ticket and you pay your money and you see Borderlands and you get what you got, like, well, at least you saw something on a cinema, or at least you saw something at the theater with your eyes.
No, dude, no. At that point, it's like at least I got out of the house.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what you're getting.
Dude.
That's what you're getting.
But at the same time, like I don't know, like I mean, like maybe I like the toxicity or something like that. At least I'm like, you know, like at least I got my nut. Yeah.
Well, at least I got mine.
Yeah.
Yo, so what about you? So Triggs, how do you feel about the Joker film or the second Joker film? Like, are you excited for it?
I'm as excited for it as I was the first one.
Which was?
I'm not seeing either of them.
Jesus Christ!
Well, you never saw the first one?
I thought we had already known about that.
No, I totally didn't know. I thought we all saw it.
No,
I thought we all suffered together. Sal, what's up, my dude? Good to see you, man. I haven't seen you in a while up in here.
Nope, I'm good. I knew it was gonna suck, and I wasn't wrong.
I mean, it wasn't like
Good.
I mean, it wasn't. So my biggest thing. This is what we were talking about earlier.
Hey man, I'm just saying, bro. Why don't you just pull a Scorsese and be like cinema?
Send it.
This is cinema, dude. This is
Cinema, baby.
Yeah, this is cinema.
I was talking to David about this, and I said I even told Trigger, and I've told you, I've told Brian this a million times. If they would have called it Arthur and just implied that this could be the Joker,
way better.
That would have been an awesome sell, dude.
Dude, I would have been sold. I would have been like, dude, was that supposed to be the Joker?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, and I don't think it's
especially like if he had given hints like, oh, this is Thomas Wayne.
Thomas Wayne.
Yeah, man. Oh, dude, Harvey Dent is just about to finish law school. He's about to start like at the prosecutor's office.
Even if they just said Harvey, no Dent. Harvey, no Dent.
Harvey's just about to finish law school. He already got a job at the prosecutor's.
Harvey.
You know, like, yeah, man. You start putting like 2 and 2 together, and then boom, the clown face. I would have been like, dude, was that the Joker? Dude,
yeah, it would have been. It
like,
more
yeah, dude, like it would have been dude. I would have been about it. I would have been like, dude, good retelling. Okay, I fuck with this. This is cool. But don't be like, that's your Joker.
That is my Joker.
That's your Joker.
That's the game.
That's your Joker. Not my president.
When I was solo a little while ago, I had mentioned the current state of DC is fucking wacky, dude. Like, it's wacky when it comes to the films.
Yes, I would. Absolutely, I would.
Yeah, it's wacky, dude. Like, what do I mean by that? One, we have in the process James Gunn getting ready to start the DC universe, right? The new cinematic universe. Then we got Robert Pattinson's Batman and the director still being engaged and not being a part of the James Gunn universe, right? Who is talking about the director for the Batman, Robert Patterson, is talking about adding more like whimsical fantasy characters, like because he wants to expand on the rogues gallery of Batman. Instead of it being just grounded villains, give us something different. I think he mentioned that he wanted to do Gentleman Ghost, and I was like, God damn, bro, like deep ass cuts, dude. What the fuck? As a villain for the new Batman in part 2, I know that we've heard that there's been talks about there being a Mr. Freeze, which I think would be fantastic.
I heard that it's pretty much confirmed that it was going to be Clayface.
Mr. Freeze, right?
No, Clayface.
Clayface?
Yeah, I've heard several sources that it's Clayface.
Would that be? I mean,
that still doesn't at all give the fact that like it's like I
think your mic's kind of acting up a little bit. It's a little wacky.
Shit.
There you go.
Shit. Hell yeah.
There you go. But like, okay, so Clayface is what you heard.
Yeah, I've heard Clayface. Like numerous sources say Clayface. Like to the point that like, dude, even John Campia's reported on Clayface.
Sounds like doesn't matter, still trash.
Yeah, right. No, fuck him. Fuck John Campia. Fuck
all
Late
of
Show. Yeah, fuck Batman. Fuck Robert Pattinson.
It's because I had seen it on a podcast interview. There was a quote that the director said that he was interested in maybe using Gentleman Ghost as the main villain, and then having like snippets of other regular Rogues Gallery characters in the universe, kind of like the way they did the fucking crime boss, and then the Penguin, and now the Penguin's getting a sideshow or a TV show, and then there was
dude, and even then, like if we're gonna really Rogues Gallery it, like you're already kind of leaning towards that, because one, you have the Penguin, and two, you have
the Joker.
Like, you know, I mean, you just finished with the Riddler, so like he's still in the universe. You know, like there's a lot to go with already. You know, it's not like you don't have, and even the Falcone family.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I was saying.
Like you have a lot of fucking, you know, like
a lot of the back players already, man. A lot of the rogues already kind of installed already.
So that's why, like, for me, like, I don't know, like, I hear that reporting, and I'm just like, what fucking source are you talking to? Like a trust me, bro source, or like
trust me? No. The director came out and said that he wants to use Gentleman Ghost. But like, you know what's even crazier? He was like, I get it.
That motherfucker.
Because a lot of people, bro, like, I mean, us as comic book,
use Gentleman Jack and shut the fuck up.
Gentleman Jack. Like us as comic book readers, like we know how crazy Batman is as a character. One, yes, he's the fucking richest dude on the planet or whatever. One moment he's rich, the next moment he's not, and then he's rich again, and then he's not, and then, you know, he's the smartest detective in the world. But this guy has like the universal like control rod in his basement, which was used in like Infinity Crisis by what's his name, the Anti-Monitor, to destroy several units. This guy just has it in his fucking basement, and this is like the ultimate weapon ever. I don't even know how to explain it to you guys, but it's literally a giant tower that had like every superhero connected to it, and was being used as a fucking cannon to blow up multiverses. And Batman's got it in his fucking, you know, in the trunk of his car or whatever the fuck, and it's ginormous, and it's like, this is this, and trying to convey that is the dude that we're getting in the Batman movie. Like, that's the same guy. Like, to know that there's that much fantasy in his basement, and to know that this dude's just beating up kids in a fucking, with clown masks or whatever in a subway.
To me, it's almost beyond comical, because I'm just like, dude, why don't you just get Kevin Conroy while he was still alive to do this shit? Just have him be the new Adam West. Like, good God.
Yeah, that would have been pretty dope.
Like, yeah, dude, I would have loved that. Like, the Infinity Crisis, Kevin Conroy, like,
yeah,
the fucking the Batman who killed Superman.
Yep.
You know, like, dude, fuck yeah.
But I guess what I'm trying to ask you guys is, do you think it's time for us to have like the multiversal Constantine Dark Justice League Batman, like the one that deals with like shit that's like, you know, dark side comes to the planet and this dude's the one that tricks him. You know, do you think it's that time, or do we still keep getting this like, oh, Falcone?
The unfortunate thing is that that was already introduced to us and somewhat tried and it failed.
Yeah.
And that was Ben Affleck. You know,
Okay.
and it didn't work. You know, no. To answer your question, no, we're not ready for that. Because
Yeah, because I was gonna, that's
because
a good
Zack
point.
Snyder Zack Snyder already tried giving us that, and well, guess what? Like it didn't work.
And it failed.
You know,
And it's real crazy now that you mention it, because when that was introduced and Batman was a part of the team, we all looked at him like he was Hawkeye.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he was just
And he
a
was,
dude
like,
using
I
the
mean,
grappling
like, yeah,
hook,
dude.
using the guns. Like he wasn't hanging with like Aquaman and Wonder Woman and Superman. Like he was just doing backflips and cartwheels in the
Yeah,
background.
dude. You know, and I don't care what anyone says, dude. Like at that point, it's just been like, you know, dude, I get up every day and I piss excellence. You know, no one can hang with my stuff, sort of shit. And like, but that's also the thing, dude. Like right now, like yeah, he was 100% just Hawkeye, and just doing you
Yeah,
know
dude.
like a couple of flips here and there, and you know like whatever, you know. I mean, it happens, bro. Fucking, you know, you're not just because you got money don't mean shit, you know. Money,
I like that he's like, I don't use guns, but he would pick up guns and shoot dudes with them and shit.
Yeah,
The
dude.
fucking 100% breaking the rules just to survive and shit. Like I don't know, man. I don't know how far you can get with like a fantastical introduction to Batman without people being like, this is dumb.
It. I mean, like I'm gonna say it right now, dude. I'm not the hugest Batman fan. Like story wise, I think it's not hard to tell a story with him or anything like that. It's just for me, I really feel that like his character as a whole is very stagnant and there's nothing to him. And if you just look at his message overall, it's super it's it's super duper um one-sided. I'm gonna keep doing this to protect people from villains. Sick, dude. I just want to let you know the only reason that villains keep popping up is because you're doing what you're doing.
Because you're doing
You're literally making it worse by trying to make it better. And like every fucking time that like everyone tells him this, he's just like, but I can make it better.
it's fucking wild.
Okay, how many of your kids have died? How about that? Let's start with that. How many of your kids have died? All of them? All of them. Yeah, all of them are done at one point or another. They're all back though, but they've all died. They've all lost their faces too at one point. And and then they didn't, and then you know their faces are still attached. One of them was paralyzed. The other one you didn't even know existed. One of them was killed and then blown up, then brought back to life. One of them became you because you suck and wanted to kill your actual son because he's a fucking psychopath, and your oldest got shot in the head and forgot who it was. So
This
good
just
track
Batman
record.
himself is just a weird character.
Yeah,
Let me
so-
ask. So David, you're familiar with Batman's Rogue Gallery. You know who Clayface is. You know that shit, right?
Yeah.
Did you saw the movie The Batman with Robert Patterson, right?
Yeah, I saw it, but you know, the more we talk about it, bro, I think DC is gonna sub Batman how we have Spider-Man for Marvel. This is gonna be reoccurring, bro.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
he's
Oh,
the
Yeah, but I would
universal
watch
icon.
Spider-Man over like most of these Batman movies outside of just I don't know, dude. It's just I would still watch Spider-Man over Batman. So I mean, brother, man, you're on your own on that one. I get it, man. Like it's the regular guy, and he's figuring out how to do it, but he still sucks as a fucking superhero.
That's so funny, man. No, well, what I was gonna say to David is like, okay, you know who Clayface is. Do you at all see that type of character working in the Batman as a sequel or in that universe? A dude that literally is made of clay and can turn into anything else like the Blob. He's just a big Hulk character and can turn into just a. Do you see that being in the first film? Like being, because if you give me like a Mr. Freeze, that's kind of pushing the envelope on like the wildness of like how like, oh, what the fuck, that's a crazy. Because you look at the Joker when they showed him like as that fucking fake part or whatever in the extra scene, he just looks like a dude that just got acid poured on him. So he doesn't look anything supernatural or no superpower, nothing. He just looks like a dude that's just all fucked up. But you're gonna tell me that in that world there's a big piece of clay that can move around and shapeshift and all that shit. It's too based, dude. It's like Bane from Christopher Nolan. If you look at Bane in the comic books, fucking hoses and the fucking venom out stuff or the juice that they put into him, like you're expecting really over the top, and we just got Tom Hardy in a trench coat. Basically. You know what I mean? Like how do we get?
And it still motherfucking worked.
And it still worked, even though he was like 4 inches shorter than fucking Christian Bale or whatever. Like, how do we get Clayface, David?
I don't think you can't bring Clayface, bro, and what they want to do. Maybe animated, but not live action, bro.
Yeah, you can't even get Batman. You can't even get Superman. Like if I was to tell you that Superman is going to come out in the next Robert Pattinson movie, how would you think he would approach? He'd just be walking in, getting coffee. It's just fucking. He's not going to fly in with a fucking costume on. You're going to be like, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't exist in that universe. Like, it's Clayface, dude. What the fuck? Like I don't know. I thought
it was Hush that was gonna be the villain, bro.
I wanted Victor Freeze, dude. I think Victor Freeze is probably by far one of the best psychological villains you can get. Not the fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger Victor Freeze.
No, if we're gonna talk about psychological villains, then I'd rather see Hugo Strange.
Hugo Strange would be good. Hugo Strange would be interesting at least. But he's he's such like a minor rogues gallery villain, even though he's big to us. But like David's casual. Like David's a casual Batman knower. How do you like Hugo Strange? How do you like your Hugo Strange, David?
I mean, if I have to go with the Batman, bro, I'm gonna go Ra's al Ghul, bro, old school. You know what I mean?
Ra's al Ghul?
That opens up a lot of opportunities.
Dude, honestly, at that point, 100%, I would 100% get a Ra's because. Or grounded, because it's 100% grounded. You can even pull influence from the Bale universe, the Nolan verse, and have a good like story revolve around the legend of Ra's al Ghul. How every 30 years or something like that, there's a new Ra's. But they're all the same. Like it just keeps up with the allure that he's immortal. Or some shit like that. No, like almost like kind of like an Arrow a little bit.
Mm-hmm. That sort of. It's a mantle, right? Like it's like a mantle.
Well, like an Arrow, like he actually was that old, but like you never really found out why he was ever that old. But like you just knew that he was, and then, but like just shit like that, dude. Like you can rise to the rank of the Demon's Head.
The Demon's Head.
You can be the next Ra's. Because Malcolm Merlin, was Ra's. His other daughter was Ra's. Oliver Queen was Ra's.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, dude, there's been more than one Ra's.
Mm-hmm.
So, you can play that way as well. And, dude, I really, really think that, that could work in a Robert Pattinson, universe, way better than a Mr. Freeze or a Clayface.
Yeah, pretty much.
And you can still have ninjas. You can still have ninjas, dude.
Yeah. And it would make sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things like the Christopher Nolan movie and the Robert Pattinson films, they're very much grounded Batman stories. Like you expect to see like really relatable, like old school detective, like the detective comics back in the day kind of shit. The new age Justice League, supernatural superheroes and supervillains, I really don't think it works. So yeah, man, for that to be something, I don't know, man. I really doubt the Clayface thing is going to work to me, but Yeah, going all the way back, Triggs, how do you feel about Joker 2 being a musical, and what have you heard about the film? Like, I've heard it's not good.
That Lady Gaga was very difficult to work with on the film.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I thought it was just a bad idea. Bad idea in general, dude.
Yeah. I mean, I knew that we were gonna get. Dude, they even said like, don't expect Harley Quinn to be anything like what you guys have known. Why the fuck would we?
That was the biggest red flag, man.
I was like, why the fuck would we at this point, dude? You already fucked up the Joker. Like,
Yeah.
you know, Jesus fuck, dude.
Can you imagine?
Like,
Be like,
yeah, dude.
you know
As far
This
as
is
we
not
know, like,
making
she's a
sense.
fucking beat up prostitute with veneers in who just, just goes into a mental hospital for 3 hots and a cot at this point,
Yeah.
dude, and just gets infatuated with a Joker because her life sucks. Fuck, man.
But you know what? Like, okay, like on the negative, I think Joker 2 is not going to work. I think it's going to fail. I think 100% is going to fail. And then from there, I think
I'm never this negative on a show. I just want to say that I'm never this negative on the show. Like in the 5 years, I mean, it's been about 5 years since we started doing this, right?
Yeah,
in the 5 years that I've been a part of the show, never once have I been this negative about all of our topics.
Especially of an actual like mainline comic book.
Yeah. And I'm just like, I have zero faith in this.
Well, you know what? Let's bring it into a positive nature then. We all know that Joker 2 is probably not going to work, but recent news has stated that Josh Brolin is in talks for the Joker for Green Lantern. Have you guys heard about this?
Yeah. And then I heard someone else as well, Josh Brolin and someone else. But yeah, I've heard about Josh Brolin. And my first thought, and I saw this on a meme, they're like, why do they keep making him old?
Who?
Hal Jordan.
Hal Jordan.
No, Hal Jordan.
It's because they're going to bring in the younger guy, the other one, the main dude. What's the Hal Renner? No,
Kyle Rayner. Kyle Rayner is not that much younger than Hal or
Hal Jordan. Yeah, but if you remember, like Hal Jordan's been around since like the Justice Society. Like he's been around for like a minute.
Maybe, but I mean, still, like if that's the case, then who are they going to get? Denzel Washington to be Jon Stewart?
No,
because I mean he's older than all of them canonically.
From what I'm thinking is they're going to make Hal Jordan the older guy. And then Jon Stewart will be Jon Stewart's going to be the next oldest, but still like young.
Get your motherfucking hands off me.
And then I think Kyle Renner and then the Mexican and the Mexican chick and all that other stuff are going to make their intro, and they're going to push on the younger cast. Your watch, it's going to be what it is. And they'll end up doing the Hal Jordan becomes the fucking villain. What's the fucking thing that he becomes when he absorbs the evil shit? What is it?
Parallax.
I think they're going to do the Parallax story with him, and that's why they're making him older.
No, I don't think they will. The reason being is because they've already done that in Ryan Reynolds and
Ryan Reynolds film, and that was ugly, man. That was bad.
Yeah, but
they never did that.
I will say this: Hollywood does not try and run the same gag twice.
Yeah, that's true.
I will at least say that.
Yeah, like, even with this, like they're doing it as like a crime, like a buddy cop HBO series.
I would rather see that like a fucking, Harold and Kumar or fucking whatever, or like some sort of fucking Starsky and Hutch or whatever the fuck, You know
what? I actually hope that they make it very like Aliens, very like scary Green Lanterns in space versus like crazy aliens and shit. That'd be dope. David, are you a big Green Lantern fan?
Bro, honestly, not too much. I just saw the Ryan Reynolds and didn't really read up on it too much, to be honest.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Dude, so I'm a huge Green Lantern fan.
I know.
I am a huge Green Lantern fan. So like, with Josh Brolin being the guy who may take up the mantle, I'm all for it.
Yeah,
I'm all for it. He fucking crushed it as Thanos, and he was Cable. and Cable. Yeah. He fucking crushes it. So, I mean, and on top of that, the guy knows what he's doing. He's a fucking great actor. He's an accomplished actor. The guy's been doing it for fucking 30, 40 years now. Like, would I have rather seen Nathan Fillion as Hal Jordan because he's fucking played Hal Jordan before already? Yeah, but still, dude,
Yeah, but fucking even with that, we have that guy playing Guy Gardner now.
Oh yeah, I know. Nathan Fillion's playing Guy
Yeah,
Gardner.
Nathan Fillion's playing Guy Gardner.
Not a fan of that, but whatever.
So Sean Lopez asks, so who's the most good player in Minecraft Hunger Games? I don't even know what that is, man. I barely started playing Minecraft like last week. And the other two guys here haven't even played Minecraft.
You know, yeah, and now I'm offended.
And now that the movie trailer came out, not even interested in fucking wanting to play the game. 100% that just took these guys out of wanting even to play the game for once, Sean. So but yeah. I mean, I think it's a great idea. Josh Brolin isn't a bad actor, like you said, and with the way he played Cable, like I think he could play like a late middle-aged man version of Hal Jordan if they're going to do like the Kyle Renner story. I think that'd be pretty dope. And then of course like Jon Stewart, I heard that they might get the guy or he was in talks, the guy that played Hawkman in the Black Adam movie.
Oh, Aldous Lodge or something like that.
Yeah.
Or
And he's also done like some voices for the Jon Stewart character in some of the animated series. And he's not a bad actor either, but I think a lot of people would like
Aldous Hodge. Yeah, Aldous Hodge. Yeah, I think that's.
But it'd be cool if they got like Idris Elba and Josh Brolin in a buddy cop movie like that in space. I would watch the fuck out of that. That'd be dope as fuck to see these guys like bouncing shit off of each other. Sal asks, quick question because I wasn't here for it, but what did you guys think of all the Robert Downey Jr. and Dr. Doom? Oh man.
So if they're gonna go with a particular story of the Ultimates, where essentially Reed is Dr. Doom, you know, like, dude, I just saw the story, I just saw the comic that they're referring to, that like supposedly like people are thinking like this is the story that they're going to adapt, and that essentially it's Tony being Dr. Doom, but in not so many words, and obviously a shift in the story. And yeah, dude, like if that's the case, dude, that's going to be fucking heartbreaking.
I'm just not a big fan of RDJ having to do it. I think they could have got anyone else to do this role.
I agree, man. You know, it's definitely one of those where you're like,
why?
Yeah, like I'm not going to say why. I'm going to say like, you know, the guy had his out, you know, and I think it would have been better for him if he was an AI.
Yeah,
the way that he has been before, like in the comic, and he could still retain, you know, Tony being Tony, and you know what, and being like, what, you guys really thought I fucking left? Me? Do you really think I was? You don't think I'm not wrapped up in myself enough to not back my shit up? Dumb. You're dumb. Here I am. Now you guys have to deal with me. I'm here forever, motherfucker. Boom. That now he's in the fucking movies forever. He's the new Jarvis or whatever, you know, whatever the fuck. And dude, he can still even interact with like Reed and stuff like that, and being like, hey man, so now that I know everything about everything, just want to let you know, did you guys ever hear about this team that went up into the fucking space in the 70s?
Yeah.
Did we ever hear anything about that? You know, and then boom, you know, introduction to the Fantastic Four.
Yeah. So if there's anything that I've been kind of disappointed with is the idea that the Deadpool and Wolverine movie brought in that one character that's like in what did the event, or what did they call the one person that Wolverine was, or what is he?
Oh, the anchor being.
The anchor being. So the anchor being in the story was Owen Reese, and that's kind of like them copying out with them needing to get a Molecule Man in this. So
and that's why, like, dude, and honestly, like, I think it's I posted the other day. I posted like a couple weeks ago that Harambe was our anchor being.
Yeah,
and a lot of people were like, "Bro, deadass, he was."
Yeah.
It's all gone. He's like, it's all gone to shit since then.
Ever since, yeah, no kidding.
Yep.
But yeah, like I kind of feel like that's a cop out because I want an Owen Reese story because of the factor on how he plays a role in like the Secret Wars story. I kind of hope they still bring him in, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of the RDJ being Doom thing. I think they could have done it, and I just saw that recently they have a new story where the Ultimate Maker used an old Reed Richards himself to kind of rewrite his brain and turn him into a new Doctor Doom. And I was kind of like, I hope this isn't kind of like what they're gonna do if they're gonna take like a brain swapped Robert Downey Jr. because he was Tony Stark implemented with Doctor Doom. And I don't know, man, it just gets real convoluted and people think that those are like the main stories of the comic book, and it's really not. Like Doom himself as Victor Von Doom like was a great villain to begin with, just on his own. So
Yeah.
I don't need a Tony Stark dressed or changed into a Doctor Doom for him to make him even more ultimate or whatever. I just need a Victor Von Doom, and I'll stick to that as long as I can. I thought it would have been a great comeback if later on in the story they do find a Tony Stark in the series, like, or in the Secret Wars world, like maybe in the Armor Wars or something like in that universe that does the Avengers Assembles line instead of Captain America in Secret Wars. So like I think it would be poetic since he dies in the original one. Captain America calls for the Avengers Assemble. Later on in Secret Wars, when they're about to attack Doom and all the other, you know, the captains or the people that are in charge of like the different parts of the planet, if it was Robert Downey Jr. to say it, like Avengers Assemble, you know what I mean?
Well, I've actually been hearing that there's been talks that they're going to scrap Armor Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was I heard that also. That one and Blade.
Yep.
So yeah, in talks of that. Actually, I heard by like what they're going to be making like a decision by next week if they're going to keep Armor Wars or the Blade movie. Then the Blade movie's been in fucking turmoil for years, man.
Yeah, just let it die, dude.
Yeah, I think it's the Batgirl situation. I think they just need to pull that bitch. But like Mashallah Ali, like he's a great actor. You can put him anywhere else. I mean, fuck, you don't need to put him anywhere else. He was already in the goddamn Luke Cage series.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which I mean, it was fantastic. I mean, but still, it was minor. But I mean, you could put Mashallah Ali anywhere else. And I think Wesley Snipes did a fantastic job still, and they should just use him for Secret Wars. You know what I mean? Like, I just think, I don't know. Yeah, Armor Wars, I don't see where it makes a real big play unless you're going to explain it as one of the worlds in Battle World. And Blade, I don't really see a big thing. He wasn't even big in the fucking Secret Wars comic or anything to begin with, so you don't really need him yet. So yeah, I think they could cut him. Armor Wars was a bigger story, but
yeah,
not even that big to begin with.
I mean, pretty big, you know, like for Iron Man fans, you know, for like the people who like know Iron Man, you know, like, yeah, it's a pretty big thing because like Armor Wars is really what shapes Rhodey into like the small little villain that he becomes later on, and why Tony goes back to being Iron Man.
Mm-hmm. True. You know, but as a matter of fact, speaking of all the fantastical ideas that Marvel and all that stuff has done, I want to make a transition into the gaming world. Because speaking of like DC and Henry Cavill and all that other stuff, I recently had the opportunity to play Warhammer Space Marines 2.
How'd you like it, dude?
I fucking love it. I think it's fantastic, dude. Of course, I've put a couple of hours into Helldivers 2. Helldivers 2 is in a lot of turmoil, but Brian and I were talking about this last week and actually 2 weeks ago, because Triggs, you and I were on the show last week, right? Yeah. Video games is in such a really good position right now when it comes to what they're releasing. We had what is it? Black Wukong, the Black Myth Wukong series.
Yeah, Black Myth Wukong.
Yeah, and then right after that, not too long, of course, like I said, you know, we have Helldivers. Helldivers been around for a minute. That's been on the up and down. But with the release of Warhammer, Gamers Workshop, which is the people that run Warhammer 40K, like they've been kind of like in conversations because of like the DEI subject that's been going on. You know, the entire Warhammer series has very minimal when it comes to like female characters. It's only like the sisters, right? That are kind of like the Screaming Sisters, or what are they called? the Sisters of the Black Veil or something. They're like a very like religious sect. Warhammer. I'll look it up right now. Warhammer.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was like, brother, man, you probably have to.
Sisters of Battle and Sisters of Silence. The sisters are kind of like, what they do is, they're like nuns in the Warhammer world. They're given power armor and they go around and they do certain jobs and certain things, but they usually travel in cathedrals with wheels and they do some crazy things. Warhammer's very weird. If you've never been in a
Warhammer is very detail oriented.
Yeah.
Like,
it's
like that, like
you gotta wiggle your mic a little bit.
Wiggle.
Wiggle.
All right. So Warhammer is that game that you like put your life into. You live that game.
Yeah. Oh, well, if you're talking the board game, right? If you're talking like
the tabletop, like to learn the lore. Yeah, dude, you're in that bitch for a minute.
Yeah. But the cool thing is like a really soft introduction is most of the video games, right? And most of them are kind of like turn-based games, but there's only been a couple of them that have been like, for players like me, I'm a big first-person shooter kind of game, and there's been a couple of them that have come out. But Space Marines Part 1 was very much on the cusp of like Gears of War. It plays the same ways of Gears of War, but this game that just came out it's great, man. It's fantastic. The story's fun.
Speaking of first person, just because Alien Romulus came out, I've really like so I just learned how to family share my Steam library and my wife's Steam library, and she has Alien Isolation. So I've actually been wanting to pick that up and play that, and just like kind of delve into the Alien series, and like more of the lore into it. Because you know what, dude? It's actually kind of cool. Yeah.
Alien Isolation is like a scary game, though, dude.
Yeah, dude. That's what she was saying. She was like, dude, it's like a fucking first person with like Outlast kind of thrown into it.
Yeah, because you have to sneak around the aliens on the ship at first.
Yeah, because they'll like fuck your shit up, Yeah,
real quick. It's like jump scare kind of stuff, like very Five Nights at Freddy's kind of stuff, but with aliens. And it's really good. I think it's a fun game. Later on, you do get some type of like weapons to defend yourself, but nothing too crazy. But Alien Isolation, which was referenced in the new film Romulus by title screen, like the disc is the girl's looking away and she's wearing the helmet and it's all green, and it's very much the same shot from the title of the video game cover. But I recently got my hands on it. I played a whole game through for Warhammer, and highly recommended. The gameplay is fun. It plays very much like a Dark Souls parrying system. But the only problem is that I feel is your parry and your evade are two separate options. They're not combined like the way it is in Dark Soul, where like if you evade at the right time, he parries like in that situation, and it doesn't do the roll.
Well, Elden Ring is the same way. Your parry and evade are two separate buttons, right? I press like square to parry and circle
to roll.
To roll. To evade. So for my evasion, right? So like your block counters, obviously those are like timed at a certain in a certain way. Like your roll counters are also timed a certain way. So like there are, I mean, like, it's very, and I hate to say this because like of the moment that someone said this to me, it made so much sense, but it fucking pissed me off, is that it's very rhythm based, as it's called. Like once you learn the rhythm of like the game, you can be very, very good at the game.
Okay, I get that. Yeah, and I feel like it's the same thing here. You do get some type of like visual cues as to which one you can do or which ones you should do, like blue and red, or like video cues and stuff like that. But so far the game's been fun. I haven't really been able to do the online too much. I just played through the entire story to get the story because I was a big fan of Space Marine 1s, and it does correlate a lot with the first one, and you do end up finding out like who Titus is, like in the overarching story, like who he's related to, which you don't really get too much in the first one, but of course Titus is like a super famous guy. And and you just get this really really great story, and you get like right into the lore of during that time frame when it comes to the Astartes and the Cadaeans. Yeah, the Cadines or something, the Cadeans or something like that. They're like the human factor, right? Like the little small dudes with the little Halo style uniforms, the Cadeans or whatever. And then of course the Astartes are like the main characters that wear the big blue outfits and stuff. You do get a lot of like chaplains, and you do get like a lot of like the Death Watch. You do get like all these cool things. You get to see some dreadnoughts. Huh? Heresy. Yeah, you can see some dreadnoughts and stuff. And of course, like the story all revolves around Titus's convictions. He was called to being a heretic in the first game, and that's why at the end he gets arrested, and it's kind of like coming off of that situation. So like in this story, there is like aliens, like Terminids, I guess you would call them, Terminus, which are like these giant xenomorphs, and they're like giant roaches. They're like, they multiply super fast.
They're like the Zerg.
The Zerg, yeah. It's very crazy, like in the sense of like what you're doing in the game. But like there is like so many badass. There's this one cinematic, dude, that's at the end of the game. I'll see if I can let me see if I can find what it looks like. Warhammer 2 I'm just gonna put a Last Stand. But it's not the Last Stand, but the dude, like I'm gonna play this and you guys are gonna trip balls, dude. But it's this one part at the end of the film or at the end of the game that happens, and you don't get cinematics in video games like this anymore because of all this stuff that's been going on, and everything's battle royales and everything's like, fucking Call of Duty kind of shit. But like there is this one scene that pops off right now. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Let me get to it. Yeah, watch. I'll end up just playing it from here, but I'm not gonna play the audio. But like you and your crew are just like last standing it at the end. You're just literally holding onto a flag. There's like portals that are opened up. And this gave me like Halo vibes, like how epic the story was going. Like this whole part, that's Titus, that's the main character you play. Like, look at that, dude. Like, that's like that picture of like, what is it? Jesus and God touching fingers, or what is it? Like the Zeus one or whatever. And then look at this fucking guy just standing on the back of an airplane, just fucking shooting, and then just jumps down and shooting from his hands. Like Calgar's so wild. Like look at this game, dude. It's gorgeous, bro. It's gorgeous, and it plays the same way, dude. It's wild as fuck. But yeah, like I said, the scene that really blew my mind was this one right here. Because this reminds me of like I said before, like the like God touching Jesus's finger in that one painting of Leonardo da Vinci or whatever. The fucking, you know what I'm talking about, right? The fucking
the Sistine Chapel.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's called, but yeah, this game it's great. It really, really is fantastic. Everything I kind of had my hopes up for, and I don't know, like in the current state of video games and stuff like that, I kind of feel like a lot of these companies, they don't really listen to what the players want anymore. And this game gave it, and it's super fantastic. They laid out a path, kind of like do you remember how they did for Cyberpunk? Remember that? Yeah. So when they released Cyberpunk, they released it early, and it kind of fell through the gaps, right? But then they had a whole path developed where they were like, "Hey, we're going to be really transparent. This is where we're going to go in the next 4 years. Like, these are the DLCs. This is the patches. This is everything we're going to lay out. And we're hoping that this kind of gets you guys back to being on our side." Like, Triggs, I know you also,
So, I mean, like, it dropped when it was supposed to, right? But the thing was is that, like, it was super bug ridden. So they, like, I know that Sony delisted it from, their Play Store. Like, things had, yeah, man, like, they stopped selling it for a little bit, and like they like came out and publicly apologized. They were like, "All right, guys, that's our bad. We're patching everything. We're gonna fix it. Give us a little bit. That's our bad." And then like, right, like, they fixed everything. Now the game is beyond playable. It's fucking amazing now. And boom, dude, like, it's fine. But like, but I get it, dude. You know, like it shouldn't have ever had to get to that, you know, at first. But I mean, you know, the like just as long as the game plays well, like I usually don't give a fuck. Um, for me, it's either just have a good story, and I'll take it from there, or play very well, and I'll take it from there.
True that. True that. But highly recommended, guys. Highly recommended when it comes to this story. Warhammer delivered. It listened to the fans. And again, they already laid out a path as to where the game's going to be going in the next several months. Some of the patches and developments that they're going to be doing. And it sounds great. And it's really weird because of the current situation with Gamers Workshop, right? Well, Game Workshop is the company that runs Warhammers and them dealing. So recently they had it. We talked about it earlier where they have the sisters, right? But there's a new thing that popped off. There was a cinematic that was released, which is like on, I want to say on their website, and they offer like episodical episodes for Warhammer as to like the story itself. And they recently just released one of them, which is a female Astarte. And everyone's kind of like,
You mean like red versus blue?
right? No, the Astartes, which is like the character we just saw right now. They just released a new female character in episode, and a lot of people are, you know, there's a lot of people that are upset because it wasn't like that originally in the original series, and it's kind of like in this situation where a lot of people are trying to, or a lot of different video games are being invaded by people that are kind of doing this, but I don't really see it as a big problem. Me myself, I think it's all right. So that we ended up getting the female Astarte character. I'll bring it up right now if I can find a picture of it at least. This is the character, but I don't want to put up anything too stupid. Well, yeah, but Warhammer the video game. I'll fix it later. I'm not gonna fucking get into this right now. We're already coming to an end anyways. I'm not gonna try to like fucking waste my time looking up pictures. If you guys want to check it out, go check it out. The Gamers Workshop, which is the company that runs 40K, has added female Astartes, which are those big giant Marines that are like 13 feet tall. They got 3 lungs and 2 hearts and all this other stuff. Like they're what is it, like experiments that are done on people. And yeah, it just popped off like literally this week. But if you guys want to talk about it or are fans of it, you know, let us know in the comments. But yeah, Warhammer 2 Space Marines 40K, it's a great game. I highly recommend it. There are some bugs that are going on right now. They already did a patch last night because the beginning of the game was like heavy on the fucking CPU and power supply, dude. Super heavy. It took me like 40 minutes to just fucking load the game the first day, but I don't have like a fucking trigger style computer. So you're going to have to watch me try to run it off of my Steam engine powered computer, and it worked. I got to play it through and through, and it was really worth it. So if you guys get an opportunity, go check it out. Go buy the game. Super fun, super hell of a game. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the show, guys. What do you guys think? What do you guys want to talk about next? If you want to cover anything, Triggs, you have anything in mind that you want to talk about before we go?
Let me look, man. I know that I had...
Punch that bitch. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah, no.
There you are. Yeah.
All right. Let me look on my YouTube real quick because I know I was watching.
Oh, Mr. Disrespect, Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah.
Did you already see that shit?
Yeah, I did. I'm not gonna say that I don't know how to feel about it because, like, yeah, dude, like a lot of people like okay, so like I didn't watch his whole thing where it was like, oh, like this is what I said or this is what I did. This is what Twitch had against me. I didn't see any of that. Or like, I mean, like I heard all of that and blah, blah, blah. Okay. I didn't keep up with it super duper thoroughly when it was going on, mostly because I was just like, whatever, fuck Dr. Disrespect. But I remember it and I'm kind of like, okay, like, what have you got to say? And so a lot of the stuff that he was saying I could have sworn that he was like, yeah, I was like messaging somebody who was young, but I didn't do this. Yeah, I said this, but I didn't say it like that. You know, and that was last year.
Yeah.
Now that he's come out, you know, or now that like everything's like finished, it's very like, yeah, I didn't do any of that. I didn't do, what are you talking about? I didn't do any of that. And like a lot of people are like, yeah, but the courts didn't find anything. And I'm just like, well, yeah, I mean, it's not that the courts didn't find anything. It's they found
settled
out that
out of court.
Yeah, like, well, no, like it's not even that they settled out of court. It's just the fact that the things that he did were I'm not going to say taken out of context. It's just that they were done very low key. But yeah, dude, I mean, for lack of a better term, they were legal. Like the person that he was texting, I guess, was of legal age at the time that he was texting them.
Oh, okay.
You know, like the messages that he was sending. Well, like I didn't get to see those messages, so I can't comment on what they said. But through his own admission, if I remember correctly, he said that like, yeah, some of the stuff was maybe a little bit inappropriate or taken out of context inappropriately. So like, nonetheless, it's still kind of one of those things where it's like, dude, but like you did say this though, you know?
Yeah, because I thought it was very crazy when he had made the video a couple of months ago or a year ago when he was like, was I texting a minor? Yes. Was it inappropriate? Yes. And I was like, okay, dude, like, well, you're fucking just saying straight up you're a fucking weirdo. Because again, like this is a dude who has children. He was married, you know, he's fucking my age, pushing 40, talking to someone that's like what on a statute of limitations, like almost a minor or was a minor when he met her. Like, so that would be considered what, grooming or something like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of like gray tape. I think this guy made a huge mistake and now he's just going to suffer from it. But dude, this guy made a video yesterday and he fucking already had 2 point something million views. Like people still watching this dude to support him. Either way, he's still fucking making money. Yeah. Which I think is fucking wild, man. I think it's wild. The other thing too was the Nicky Avocado kind of shit. Did you hear about that?
All I know is that he got skinny.
Yeah, dude. He had made it. Dude, David, you saw that shit too? This fucking dude posted a video 2 days ago and he was crying in the video because he was overweight. He hated his life and all this stuff. And the internet went fucking nuts, bro. People were reviewing it, being like, well, this is what you wanted. Even Asma Gold was like, bro, this is all on you. Like, you didn't have to do it, but you did it.
You're a fat piece of shit.
Yeah, pretty much. They were like, well, you're fat because you're fat, and that's too bad because you're fat and you make money and that's it. And then the next day
you're fat.
And you're fat, dude, like that. And the next day he drops a video where he's like, he lost 250 pounds and it all had just been a show. Like he had recorded a fuckload of videos of him being fat over and over again for months. And then was like, all right, guys, I finished. I'm going to lose weight now. And just went on a whole like diet course as he had a bunch of pre-recorded videos of him being fat and eating food and crying. Like, can you imagine how epic that was? He filmed a bunch of fucking footage to cover 5 years of entertainment. And the last video that you record is you crying because you're just overweight and tired and you don't want to do this. But you're 5 years ahead of the game, dude. Like 5 years ahead of the curve. That is wild as fuck, dude. Like just breaking that down in the sense of like,
gotcha ass.
Yeah, gotcha moment. Hard motherfucking gotcha moment. Everybody was like Eugenia Cooney'sing up. You know what I mean? Dude. Everyone. Yeah, and you know exactly what I'm talking about.
But that bitch, like, didn't she die already?
Oh, she's not dead. She's still alive, dude.
Is she?
Yeah, she's still alive.
Oh my god. No, dude, yeah, but like she was getting better and then got worse again.
Yep.
You know, and like everyone was like, okay, dude, like sick, you know, like you're getting better. The whole Shane Dawson thing, like, you know, like, yeah, Eugenia, like we got it, like you're gonna do it. And then she got a little bit bigger, you know, like, you know, she started, you know, bulking up a little bit. She's like, yeah, dude, I'm doing better. Went to therapy. Literally 6 months later, she's like fucking twigging
back
again.
To being skinny.
Yeah, and you're like, bro, you were doing good. And she was like, no, dude, this is who I am.
But it's crazy because of the fact, like like everybody has their opinions on those people. Like everybody instantly believes that the value of their opinion should be valued more in the sense of them being in their social media or in their comments. When the entire time that us giving these people attention feeds their bad habits.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like literally everyone made a bunch of videos about Nicky Avocado or whatever, Nick Avocado, about him crying that he wasn't happy with his life anymore. You know what I mean? Like, and everyone that makes money off of making reviews and all this other or reviewing other people's stuff, they followed the norm. They followed their thing. They did exactly what they do on media. All the consuming and giving back, like even in the sense of us when we review a Marvel movie, like we follow this like template that everyone follows. And this guy got everyone so bad, dude, like so fucking crazy bad.
It's fucking great, bro. Playing chess
Like,
and I'm playing figures.
It's nuts, dude. It's nuts. Like the only thing you could do is watch and be like, oh man, well, I'm so happy for him. But at the same time, I'm like, man, this motherfucker got us, dude. Like he got all of us. And I can only say something in positive to save face because I fell for his trick. You know what I mean? Because we all fell for this guy's fucking trick. Dope. It's crazy. But yeah,
I mean, y'all motherfucking fell for it, but I was just like, it's like I saw it and I was like, who the fuck cares, dude? Like, and even beforehand, I was just like, who the fuck cares? I already have my fat guy, dude, and fucking Boogie 2920 to fucking 1792 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I already have my fat guy. I don't need a fucking another one.
Yep. True that. But yeah, that was the craziest shit I saw happen this past week. So, yeah. David, how's life? Tell us where we can find you. Tell everybody where we can get you at, man. Tell us what's coming up too.
We'll be at UCX United Collector Expo in Edinburgh on the 28th of September, 12 to 7. That'll be the next event we have on Saturday. Besides that, guys, I almost have a podcast every Friday except this last one. Just because we also have our Anime Fiesta is going to be that next weekend, bro. October 5th.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be fun. That's going to be
it's already coming up.
It's coming up, bro. Excited.
It's coming up fast.
Stuff going. So come buy all my stuff, guys, so I can buy more stuff. So
yeah.
Give me your money so I can buy shit.
Yeah.
Give me money so I can buy drugs.
I can buy booze. I can buy booze.
And Triggs, what's up with you? Where can people find you?
Man, you can find me on Facebook at Michael Jacob Duran. You can find me on Instagram at Trigger956. You can find me at the bar at the Still Tap. I am the head and main bartender over there. Or man, you can find me at home where I am gonna be gaming as soon as we get off.
Alrighty. Sounds good, boys. Good. Well, I want to thank you guys for jumping in with me. I know that Sundays are crazy, so getting you.
Yeah, man, and I'm sorry for jumping in late. My whatchamacallit, my errand ran a little bit long. So I mean, it's all right, but fucking yeah, I needed a date night with the lady. We don't really get too many of those. I'm always working. She's always working. Dude, she actually just graduated from her RN program, dude. So
I saw her.
Yeah, so now she is Audrey Perez RN now. So she's joined the team. She's joined the elite, but she's not stopping there. She's going to be getting her BSN pretty soon. She's going to be going for that. Then after that, she's going to go for her CRNA, and she's trying to do all that by 35, man. So fucking she ain't done. Still hard charging it.
That's dope, man. That's dope. Well, congratulations. I hope it all works out and you kick ass in the rest of your classes that are coming up, and you get to benefit from all that badassness and you have an abundance of finances coming through and everything works, man. So shout out to Audrey. Yeah. Good job, man. But yeah, well, guys, I want to say thank you to everybody that's out there that jumped in with us today. We appreciate every one of you. I know it's crazy because we're doing this on Sunday nights, but we appreciate every one of you. To all our extraordinary listeners, thank you guys so much for the support throughout all these years. We appreciate you, and we'll see you guys again here next Sunday on the Average Boys Podcast, 8 p.m. every Sunday on Facebook, Twitch, fucking, I don't know, YouTube, everywhere and anywhere you can get podcasting. So guys, thank you. And we hope you have a good weekend, or a good week. Actually, no, I always say good weekend, don't I? But it's so
Right.
funny. Yeah. So it's a week. Hope you have a good week, and we'll see you guys next weekend. Laters.
See ya.